Hi guys, today we are going to see about single pages in Pega. So in the last session, we have just seen about what is property type and the types of data types in it. We have seen each and every property type. So today we are going to see about the single page property, which is sub-classification of property types. Okay. So let me share my screen. Okay. So what is page property? Okay. So page property or single page. You can also call it a single page property or it is a page property. Okay. So single page or page property is a type of property that can store multiple properties of data on it. On top of it, it can store multiple properties of data. Okay, it is not something like a single value property which can store only one single value at a time. But single page property, basically it stores a single record of data. You can, okay, so that's how it is. So let us see the context of this single page. Let's say if I create dot personal info. Okay, so dot personal info as a single page in Pega. Okay, so now what it will do is it will store multiple properties of data in it. Let's say, let's take an example, dot personal info dot name. So here the name property is a single value property which can store only one single value at a time. Okay, but dot personal info is a page property. So this is how the naming convention and the syntax of a single page in clipboard structure. Okay, so similarly we can also do it for the other properties as well. Let's say dot personal info dot name is equal to something like John. Okay, and similarly dot personal info dot age is something like 20. Similarly dot personal info dot gender, male. So this is the data basically. Okay, this is the data and also the clipboard structure, how single page can actually avail. Okay, so if we define a single page property or if we create a single page property, so the clipboard structure normally it forms in this below format. So this is how single page holds. See, if we look at this examples of clipboard structure, so we have personal info as a common for each and every property. Personal info is common, but these properties are different. So these properties, name, age, gender, and surname, these properties are normally called as single value properties, which can store only this value at a time. This value, gender can store male, surname can store this Matthew. But this is the personal info is the single page property, which is common for all these properties. That means single page property, it will basically act as a page. Okay, on this page dot personal info. Okay, so let's say this is a single page. So on top of this page, we are going to have our properties, like let's say name is something like John, whatever we discussed, and something like age. Okay, age is something like 20, and something like gender. This is something like male. So this is how the properties are on top of the page property. So now single page is all about, it is a collection of single value properties. It is a collection or a group of single value properties is called a single page, which constitutes a single page in Pega. Okay, so this is the clipboard structure. I will just erase this one. So let us see how to create a single page property. So before seeing that how to create a single page property, here we do have another point to discuss, that is, so single page property, the purpose of single page property is to store a group of single value properties on top of it. Okay, which is related to common data. Let's say if I want to capture personal info of a person. So person info is a common page. So on person info common page, we are going to store that name, age, gender, and mobile number, and height, weight, everything. Okay. So this is how for some particular purpose we are going to create a single page property. So and this single page property can store one record of data at a time. Okay, it cannot store the list type of data. If I want to capture multiple persons data, then I cannot do it. I can only capture single person data, only one person data using a single page or page property. Okay. So the second purpose, this is the first purpose, and second purpose of page property is to reference the other classes properties into necessary classes. So the other purpose of single page properties, if you want to refer the properties from other class which is not in inheritance path, then using single page properties we can refer those properties. Okay, let's say I have some properties in something like scb dash data dash something like, I already have this class, citizen details. Okay, so let's say this is my class, and in this class I have uh, name name property, even I have age property, even I have gender property, I have surname. So these four properties I have in this which class, citizen cb dash data dash citizen details class. Okay, now I have to call, I have to call these properties into another class. Let's say I'm having some section, I'm having some UI in something like dash work dash RQ. So this is my class, this is my work class, and this is my data class. So now I'm building a screen here in this work class. Okay, I'm building one screen, UI screen. So I need some properties here. I need name, I need age, I need gender, and some kind of personal details, personal details properties. So what I will do is I will check whether there are already existing properties in the inheritance class or not. So if I don't find anything here, then I may have the properties in the data class like scb dash data dash citizen details. But now if I want to inherit data class properties, scb dash data dash citizen dates into this class, I cannot do it. Okay, I cannot do it. I cannot inherit these properties directly and use it here. Okay, I cannot do it directly, but indirectly I can do it. That is through a mediator. So that mediator is called a single page property. Using this single page property, I can reference data class or whatever the any other class properties into my required class if they are not in inheritance path. So if these properties are in this inheritance path, then there is no point of using this reference. Why we are using the mediator is there is no relation between this class and this class. There is no inheritance path existed between these two classes. So we cannot reuse the properties from this class into work class. So in this situation, instead of creating another properties or another set of properties, we are going to reuse the existing properties using some mediator, that is through single page. Here we are going to create a property called personal info, okay, as a single page. So this will be a single page property. So inside the single page property, we are going to define a page definition. So if we create a single page property, we have to define page definition. So that page definition will be, you have to give the data class, whatever the data, scb dash data dash citizen details. Okay. So you have to refer the data class, so that what happens is the data class properties are accessed by this personal info page property. So all these properties which were there, you can access here that now through this. So how we will refer in the UIs or sections is dot personal info dot name. So this is how you are going to refer in your UI screens or whatever the references that you want to build a UI screen. So you are going to use this context dot personal info as a context and followed by dot name. So if you use directly dot, you don't get these properties directly. So you have to use this particular context of personal info page. So this personal info page will be created in this class. Okay, this personal info page, this should be created in this class, work dash request class. But the page definition will be given as this class. So this will be the mediator for referencing the properties from other class, that is data dash citizen details to work dash request class. So this is how single page works in this way as well, to reference or reuse the properties in Pega. Okay, so now let us go to the practical implementation. Okay, let me erase these things. Okay. So now how to create this property. Now first step by step is, so let's say this is my work class, right? So SCB IMS work and account opening and request. So now here go to that class, whatever the class that you want to, I mean, wherever you want to create that page property, go to that class. So now I'm clicking on right click, go to create and then data model and then property. So this is the navigation to create a single page property. Okay. So now it will ask for the property name. with what name you want to create. So if I already have some properties, so we have to give the unique name. So these are already there, person info 1, person info 2. So I will create something like personal information instead of info. Okay. So personal information. The page name, single page name will be this. And the class I'm creating is work dash request. Okay. So now I'm creating this property. So now here we can change the type of property. Type default it will be text, but you can change it here. So you can see here single page property. So select single page property. Once you select, it will ask for the page definition. So like as we discussed in the example, right? So the page definition you have to give, you can give any class, no problem. You can give even the work class also. I mean, whatever the class that you create, right? This also you can give, but it will become an infinite loop. So the page definition is nothing but if you want to access or if you want to use any of the properties from specific class. Okay. So you have to define that class. So if let's say if I go to my data types, so I have some data type here where I have some citizen details here. Okay, I have some, I need some properties, right? Name, age, gender, etc. So if I need that, if I need such kind of properties, I already have some data type with the similar kind of properties. Okay, even I have this personal details also, but okay, I can use this one, ACB dash data dash personal details. So I have this all these properties. Okay, in this ACB data personal details class. So if I want to use all these properties, date of birth, first name, gender, last name, all these in my work dash request class, in this class, I want to use these properties in my work class. I cannot use it directly. So for that, what I've did is I have just created a single page in the work dash request class. Now I have to define the class from which I want to access the properties. So my properties will be in, I mean, my properties are already in which class? SCB dash data dash personal details. So like as we have seen here, the first name, last name, gender, and all are in this class. Now, if I click on save, what happens is the property will be created. Okay, now if you go to the data model, go to properties, you can see personal information as a property. If you click on this, so this is property named personal information in which class? SCB IMS work dash request class. So now if you expand this, you are going to get the properties from your data class, data dash personal details. So whatever the properties that you create in this SCB dash data dash personal details class, directly you are going to access all these properties here. If you create 100 more properties extra, again that 100 more properties are populated here automatically. You need not to create here any more properties. So once you create in this class, automatically those are populated because the page definition is the mediator. Single page will act as a mediator. So that can actually fetch all the properties once it is created. So now if you want to use or refer in your sections, let's say if I create one section. So if I want to refer in section, so directly what I will do is how I will refer is, so dot, you are going to click on dot. So basically you are going to get the work class request inheritance directly. But your properties are in which class? SCB data personal details. So you won't get it directly. So if you type name also, you don't get it. So for this situation, we have to use page. So personal information dot. Now you can access your data class property, SCB data personal details, like first name, gender, and everything. So you have to select here and submit. You will get your property. Similarly, for the second property as well, if you want to configure gender property, dot personal information dot gender, you will get it. Similar way, if you want to configure dot last name. Okay, so let's say these three properties you have configured. Okay, so now what I will do is I will configure this section in the flow. So now let us see the clipboard structure. I will create a case. So now it will ask for the first name. So first name, let's say John, gender male, and last name as something like Matthew. So if you click on create, the case is submitted. So click on create. Okay, so now the data is submitted. So now our data is inside the PY work page. We have a personal information page here. So on top of this personal information page, we are going to have our data, like first name as this, gender as this, and last name as Matthew. So this is how the clipboard structure is for a single page, which I have explained you in the initial minutes of my session. Okay, so this is the page name and this is property name, page name, property name, page name, property name, and these are the values. So single page property you have to refer in this form, the page name dot single value property, page property name dot gender property. So this is how the structure will be. Okay, this is the clipboard structure. So if you see the example here, similar way, this is the single page property. This is the name property. And this is a single page property, and this is the age property. And this is the single page property, and this is a surname property. So similarly, you can see the same kind of structure here. Page property dot single value properties, and these are the values of the single value properties. So that is about the single page property session. And thank you. Thanks for watching. Thank you, everyone. Bye.